Maya Angelou, prolific, powerful, a polymath, with a life story that is uplifting, terrifying, as hopeful as it is harrowing. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. After being raped at the age of 7, she was completely silent for many years, until she found words. The words of Dickens, Shakespeare, and Edgar Allan Poe. Then, her own words came flowing, words that healed. Her first autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, speaks to silenced children everywhere. It gives them a voice. Words mean more than what is set down on paper. When President Bill Clinton was inaugurated, Maya Angelou recited a poem to the crowds of thousands. She was the first black woman in history to do so. Tupac, Nicki Minaj, and Kendrick Lamar all cite Maya as an inspiration. That's what she does. She inspires. The written word was just the tip of her talents. Music was my refuge. She danced on Broadway, recorded a calypso album, and toured the world with the opera Porgy and Bess. You can't sing too good, Billie Holiday told her, but you're gonna be famous. Billie knew there was so much more to Maya. She knew Maya would become an icon. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Change wasn't something Maya was a stranger to. She embraced it. She fought for it. Ingrained in the civil rights movement, she worked for Dr. Martin Luther King and befriended Malcolm X. She fought for a world free of injustice and full of equality. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. In her incredible lifetime, she was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize, won 1 Tony, 3 Grammys, and received more than 50 honorary degrees. She was an ambassador of compassion. With her unbreakable spirit, she overcame the unspeakable and did the unthinkable. She chose activism over aggression, mercy over cruelty, and believed in humanity over savagery. She was a force of nature. In the words of Maya herself, love liberates.
Hey up, hello everyone. Is my microphone on? My microphone is on. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Gavin Strange. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Aaron is here in the chat. How you doing, man? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying this nice, just bit of nice weather. Fess Mather is here. Hey Fess Mather, how you doing? Nice to see you join the chat. Thanks ever so much. How's everyone's Thursdays? How is everyone doing? I've had a lovely week so far. I've not done an awful lot. I took an extra day from the bank holiday as well, so I had a big long 4-day weekend with the family, which was dead nice. Got to see some of my family, which was wicked. Got to introduce them to little baby Sylvie, which was wicked. So I've had a lovely time. How are you, lovely lot? What have you been up to? Nick is here. Oh, maybe Pixel is here. Hello, Nick. How you doing? Yeah. So the video at the top of the stream was something that I made quite a few years ago that I wanted to share again, actually. So it was my very first official directorial debut at Aardman, and I basically got the best debut ever. It was a Oh, my mic's a bit loud, isn't it? It was a film for BBC Radio 4, and they were doing a series. I'm going to turn that down a bit. They were doing a series of. Is that better? There we go. They were doing a series of radio programs about the incredible Maya Angelou, and I got to create a supporting film. And just the way it worked out, I got to design it, direct it, animate it, edit it. And even help with the script a bit as well. So it was just super fun to work with the Radio 4 team about Maya Angelou, and to go and do all this research about her and learn about her incredible life was amazing. So that was just a privilege to do that, and I just got to sort of the whole brief was to make something impactful and full of energy, and to reflect her life, because there's so many different facets to her, and the different things that she did and the different things that she was involved in were so broad. And so I got to sort of channel my love of fighting games and sort of anime and manga and just sort of stuff that had energy. So yeah, so that's why obviously sort of the UI and the design of the Street Fighter series was a massive inspiration on that. And my sort of general concept was that, you know, if you think of how amazing she was as a human being, if she was in a fighting game, there is not one single version of her that you wouldn't want to be. You know, the fact that she was a dancer, a writer, an author, a speaker, a poet, you know, every single version of her was incredible, absolutely incredible. So that's why sort of the level select screen was all the different types of versions of Maya Angelou that possibly existed, and each one were awesome. Nick in the chat says it was like a guitar solo for the eyeballs. Yes, mate, can I have that as a quote, please? Because that I'll take that, man. Thank you. So yeah, so it was awesome to go to town on the visuals for that, and like I say, the whole thing was about energy and power. I got to team up with my good friend Ed Hipkins, who made the soundtrack, and I love the soundtrack. There's this really nice big murky bass bit in the middle where it talks about her being an inspiration to people like Kendrick Lamar and Tupac and Nicki Minaj, and that was wicked to have that big dirty bass line. So yeah, it was just wicked to have it full of energy, and you know, that was my proper directorial debut for Aardman. So that was when I was first officially a director, and it was like that, this is the best thing ever to launch with. It was wicked. So yeah, so very, very proud of that. And it popped up just whilst I was searching for something else earlier, so I thought, why not, I'll pop it on the stream. So thanks for indulging me in watching that. Hash is here. Hello Hash, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you here. Oh, we've got a nice little community in the chat. What are you lovely lot been up to? Let me know. It's always really nice to hear what's going on creatively. As always, these streams are just casual and creative, and are just aimed at actually just being very mellow and being a place to escape for a little bit of time. It's gone really warm in here as well, actually. It wasn't warm at all. It was gone a little bit chilly today, but getting a bit hot. What else can I tell you? What else? I've barely had any time for any creative side. Well, actually, I say barely. No time at all. Just, yeah, I think I mentioned it last time. The kids' sleep routines were a little bit all over the shop at the minute, and so we're going to bed too late, and it means that I just can't put myself getting up at 5 a.m. because I'm just going to be too tired for work. So I can't do my passion projects at the expense of my hobby time. So at the minute, it's nice. I've got time with seeing the kids more, which is really nice. So that's really nice, and that's most important. So at the minute, I'm not finding the space to do my passion stuff, and so that's kind of eating at me a little bit. But you know, first and foremost is my health, and making sure I'm not draining myself too much. You know, so I can be a good husband and a good dad and a good worker for the place that employs me. So it will change, you know, those who've got kids, or everyone, you know, everyone's routine changes all the time, doesn't it? So it'll be okay. What's going on? So Festmather in the chat says corporate headshots via Zoom calls. It's worse than it sounds. Corporate headshots via Zoom calls. As in, you're having to screen grab people's headshots via Zoom, or you're directing a photographer somewhere else via Zoom. Either way, that sounds very tricky. Mycelium Madness, hello, welcome to the chat. I showed my nana that video and she loved it. Big fan of Maya. Oh, amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm an absolute massive fan of Maya. I mean, I thought I knew her, you know, knew about her before I did the job, but then, you know, just going into it. And then that was what was great about helping to write the script, because we had BBC supplied us with so much brilliant information. It was then trying to, you know, whittle that down into a 3-minute film. So that was really nice to try and sort of get succinct with it, and it just means that you do loads of research, and that was wicked. Yuck Fun is here. Hey up, Yuck Fun, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by the stream as always. Yuck Fun, please do go and follow Yuck Fun's wonderful streams as well. They're a wonderful duo making beautiful, wonderful things, so go and follow them. Aaron says, got my second jab booked, so making plans to leave the village and see people, and also hopefully do testing of my game face to face with folks. Nice. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. I know, the second jab. I'm a little worried about the, you know, there's going to be a spike in cases in the UK, isn't there? Because obviously people are seeing more and all of that. But then I did read some really interesting stuff that, you know, of course it will spike, because naturally people are seeing more one another. It's if the hospital admissions spike, that's the issue. But hopefully with the vaccinations being rolled out, that we're good. So fingers crossed. But you know, if we need to you know, lock things down again, then let's do it. You know, just not at the expense of people's health, really. So, but yeah, good on you getting your second jab done. Fess Mathers says screen. Oh my days! So you're, oh my days, you're having to screen grab on Zoom and then Illustrator and Photoshop it, but also directing videos via Zoom. Wow, that is that is something. That is something. I mean, it also depends on the webcam as well, right? You've got no control over whether that actually looks any good. Oh, AI and then Photoshop. Oh, artificial. So not Illustrator, artificial intelligence. Oh, nice. What is that to sort of basically build a better high res, sort of do an upscale job from a screenshot of Zoom? Oh my days. Oh my god. Rebuild their face using artificial intelligence. Wow. Mate, I'm glad that's your job. That sounds really tough. That sounds really tricky. Something I mentioned in the past few times is this job I'm working on at the minute, sort of remotely directing a collaborative effort across different things, and that is tricky. You know, I'm now really missing just being in a room and just figuring stuff out together. You know, just having that, you know, solving something really quickly, and you know, just it's just a naturalness, isn't it? Of just natural conversations, and things go off in different directions, and you just find yourself to go to more interesting places. I think after, what is it, a year and a half nearly of getting used to this, you know, I'm really missing the good stuff. Oh, can you hear a plane going overhead? Big plane. So yeah, Yuck Fun, what are you up to? What's your creative workload like at the minute? Always love your work as always. So what you up to? So it sounds like we've got all sorts going on here. All sorts. Something that did go live. So I mentioned it to you lovely lot a few months ago that I ended up. I'm gonna just get my stupid face off the screen. No, go away. Oh God, what's going on? There we go. Ended up working with Editor X to build my new website. It's like a paid partnership, which was wicked because I ended up tinkering with the software before I met them virtually. Anyway, so that was wicked. And then part of that sort of partnership together was I would record a bunch of sort of tutorial design classes with them, and they went live yesterday, which is really cool. And I had my friends from Vanilla Bear Films, Bristol-based filmmaking studio. They came over and shot everything with the team from Editor X directing remotely. So that was a really interesting thing for them to be directing something that all happened in here in the den in this very small space. So that was kind of crazy. But it went live now. So I've got these classes teaching people 3 different sections of using Editor X. That's nice. If you're using Editor X, do go and check them out. Or if you're interested, go and check it out. I really like the platform. It's dead good. It's just nice. It's kind of its most basic drag and drop website building, but also you can customize everything, and that's what I like. So I got to have a bit of a custom site. So yeah, so go and check it out. I will pop link in the chat. We're listening to sort of the top 30 Mega Drive soundtracks, I think, in the background. Let's paste that there. Whoop. There we go. Anyway, I'm gonna get my stupid face off. Katie Price Design. Hi Katie, how you doing? A couple of freelance meetings and then a university research conference supervision. A university research conference supervision. I've read those 4 words and I don't know what they mean together. University research conference supervision. University research conference supervision. University research conference supervision. I think you're supervising something to do with the conference. Missing the quick and dirty making process at the minute. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I am as well. And my Arbon stuff is great, and I've got loads on, but it's a slower build. There's longer tails for those things. Yeah, and I think that's what I miss with the passion project stuff. I'm just gonna let my dogs fucking boiling. Just that sort of quick and dirty, making stuff, doing stuff, making it Aaron says, I know a lot of folks saying they never want to work in an office again. Wow, really? Really? Yeah, that's interesting. Is that creative folk? But for me, creative needs some face-to-face time, yeah. I mean, there's definite benefits, isn't there, to be... And obviously, you lovely lot that work for yourself, some freelance, you know, you're used to just working in your space, and that's that. So it is different for everyone. But, yeah, I like a mix. I really like a mix, for sure. You know, I think I get more done here at home, I think. I don't know, the interruptions are different, aren't they? But I just miss that connection and chat, and just, you're at work, in your workplace, that everything happens there, you know, that's what it is, it's there. Whereas this is you know, this is a different space. So I do get it. Yuck Fun says, been doing a bit of screen printing today, and then kind of social media type stuff. Recently got an iPad for the first, and really want to have a go on it. Nice. What model did you go? What did you get? I'm quite crap at drawing, but I do love my iPad. It's just dead useful. It's kind of useful for just sort of like sketching stuff out and just using as a tool. It's really good, really good. I've got the iPad Pro somewhere with it, and it's really good. I don't use it to its full potential, but it is dead good. Mostly developer folks, says Aaron. Yeah, I can see that in terms of sort of quietness and getting your head in the zone. I get that. I do get that. Katie says, basically having to write a paper to submit to conferences for social change in the design industry. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was absolutely way off the mark with any of that. Writing a paper to submit to conferences for social change in the design. Oh, nice. That sounds really interesting. Sounds really important. Good for you. Are you someone that can just get on with writing, or are you a procrastinator writer and it takes flipping ages? Good that Gav is here. Hello, Good that Gav. How you doing? Most creative thing I've done this week is buy a new plant pot for my desk. Important though, very important. Work's been slow, but it's been nice to have family time. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're in the UK, then we've had the bank holiday as well. So yeah, it's just a bit of a funny week, isn't it? Always takes it out on you. Fest Mother says, yeah, paperwork, email type work is not keen. It's why I'm doing the remote head shoots. They're all at home and don't want to travel for a photo. I mean, that's fair enough, isn't it? I think travel is still kind of weird for a lot of people, isn't it? I'm really happy to ride on my bike into work, but I don't know if I'd be happy getting a train. Just more risk, isn't there? More risks, eh? Aaron says, I'd rather have a few days in and a few days not. Yeah, I think I would as well. At the minute, I'm doing one day a week, but I would like to up that for sure. And Hash says, 80% home, 20% office when it's safe to go back. Do miss creative combos in person. Yeah, I think that's it. Just those sparks, those sort of, those things happening. It just kind of, yeah, that natural, just natural being a human, isn't it? Fest says, I can't imagine not coming into the studio though. Need the separation and space to create, make a mess. Yeah, and for me, I think it's the sort of the separation. It's the sort of ramping into it and easing out of it. You know, just when you're at home, the second you're interrupted or the second you finish, then you stop being a worker, and then you are a flatmate, husband, father, son, daughter. You become that other thing instantly. But what I really need from work is kind of just that, that ease in, just let your brain start to figure things out, start to think about it, and then at the end of the day, kind of just that decompression time to remember what I forgot to do and what was on my mind but I didn't really get a chance to get onto, all of that stuff, that the ebb and the flow of creativity. I think I really need. Oh, lots going on in the chat. iPad Pro Yuck Fun has got. Nice, yes, new one. Kind of scared of it. yeah, totally scared of it. I'm exactly the same. Yeah, it's a real powerful beast as well. Yeah, I know what you mean. Just that sort of, it's really nice. Don't know what to do with it. Laser Steak is here. What up, Laser Steak? How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Some music selection, 10 out of 10, he says. Thought you would like this, mate. Yeah, I think it is. Let me double check what it's called again. What is it called? 30 Best Mega Drive Soundtrack Sega Genesis Music Tribute Version 20. That's what the file name's called. I ripped it from the YouTube. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I've just fallen down a rabbit hole of watching long form sort of YouTube videos about the creation of the 16-bit era games and consoles and stuff, and I always knew I loved the music on the Mega Drive, but I didn't realise that it had the 2 sound chips, and that's probably why I like it, because you've got the old 8-bit chip in it to provide back support for the Master System, but then you've got, you know, the FM frequency modulation chip as well, which just had a certain sort of sound to it. So yeah, kind of I'm slowly now understanding why I love the Mega Drive music so much. Banging. Katie says she's definitely a procrastinator writer, very much diamonds are made under pressure as far as my writings goes. I've never heard that. That's great. Yeah, that makes total sense. I wrote a book a few years ago, and the process was so hard. I really totally underestimated how tricky it was, and yeah, I just need the pressure. I need the deadline. I need to know that I've got to get it done, because I just think if someone tells you you've got a month, it will take you a month, whatever it is. If someone says you've got a day, you'd probably do it in a day. Time is so stretchy and flexible, especially creatively. So I think you need that pressure, otherwise you just float on, and your brain knows not to put the pressure on. So yeah, that's good. Okay, I think I'm a diamonds are made under a pressure writer as well. That was Rad.com says, I'm watching user testing videos for a prototype I've built. Wishing I could have done the interviews in person. Would definitely feel like an office home split. Yeah, I would definitely like an office home split. Yeah, that kind of stuff as well, right? You just want that. You're another step removed from the process, aren't you? Yeah, for sure. And also, Aaron brings up a great point. For a lot of folks, we don't have home office space. Well, that's the other thing as well, isn't it? It's sort of, you know, you might not have the physical space, you might not have you might not have the room for the equipment. Oh, hello, Let's Brock is here. It's all changed. Everything's changed. Ewan is here, guys. Let's have a moment. He's here. He's really here. Ewan is here. Oh my god. Hello, Ian. We're just talking. What is everyone up to creatively? We're just having a nice chat with what everyone is up to. So, what have you been up to? Let us know. Katie says, can't exactly speak on professional workspaces as I graduated last year. Definitely miss my studio space. I currently work with my back to my bed, and the temptation for a lunchtime nap is real. Yeah, that's really tough. When you're like, it's just there. It's just there. I could do it. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm very fortunate that I've managed to carve a space, but when we move, and we're going to have to build a new space, so it's going to be a little bit of a transition period. And yeah, like I say, I'm very fortunate to have that, but not everyone is. And also, just like, especially if you work at a place, do you take all your equipment home? Do you leave your equipment there? Do you sort of have a crap half and half? Really tricky. And Aaron says, if I'm at my desk, I'm also next to my bed. Young Fun says, sometimes a lunchtime nap just comes for me. Fallen asleep at my desk before. Amazing. I'd like to think you've fallen asleep with your whilst you're screen printing as well. That'd be amazing. Aaron says, I've a friend who has written dozens of books, and he did a great talk for me about writing books quickly. Some of it should probably not be repeated though. Okay. Yeah, what's his secret? What's the secret to writing a book quickly? I'd love to know. Good that Gav says, absolutely, my office has been half nursery for the last 2 years. Oh man, that's got to be tough. That's got to be really tough. Yeah, especially then it's not your space, it's the baby's space. It's half and half, isn't it? It's not yours. Craig is here. Adora Attack. Hello, brother. How you doing? What are you up to creatively, Craig? Let us know. We're all just chatting. We're all just chatting about what everyone's up to. Oh. Ewan says, getting ready to launch a shop / improve the stream. In it, it's just taken an absolute age. Ewan, I love your streams. I caught up with your other one the other day. Oh no, I was live, wasn't I? I actually got to join your stream live. Yeah, I really, really love your streams, mate. I think they're great. I really love how much interactivity you've got on there. And yeah, I keep talking about threatening to use the Leoran board, what you recommended with Nutty, that guy who helps out, like, just streaming things. I really want to up the game on this stream, but like I say, just zero passion project time at the minute for me. And that's weird. That's really weird. I just feel like I've always managed to cram in some passion project time. I feel really kind of lost without it, really. So, but it's just not going to change. You know, I'm not going to sacrifice time with the kids. So That's what I got. This is the thing, is everything's always, it's always a compromise. Every single thing in life is a compromise. You always have to sacrifice something for something else. And if I want to be a good husband, I want to be a good worker for the place that employs me, and I want to be a good dad, then that's the things. And if that sacrifice means then not working on my passion projects and stuff, then I've got to make peace with that. So, you know, being able to stream is a treat, because the family are out. So that's the only reason why, because otherwise at lunchtimes I'm hanging out with them. So yeah, always compromise. And I mean, I talk about this stuff a lot in my talks and in the book and things, so it's sort of, I've got to exercise the lessons that I'm trying to you know, sort of live by the things that I'm saying. I believe in them, but it's, you know, it's then emotionally kind of coming to terms with that, really, isn't it? And it's loss, isn't it? It's loss. If you love doing something and you can't do it anymore, you know, there's an element of grief in that you can't do it, something that makes you happy. So yeah, it's tough. It is tough, but things change all the time. So yeah, so that was a off point from saying I love your stream, June, and I really love what you're doing. Good that Gav says this is what I was looking forward to most about moving house, my own space. Yeah, exactly. And Aaron's friend talked about writing a novel in a week. The catchphrase of the talk was massive amounts of amphetamines. Right, that's how you write a book in a week. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably not the process for me. As someone who is scared of everything, and I've never taken any drugs in my entire life and don't drink, I probably would die in a minute if I even looked at a drug or took some booze to try and make me work quicker. So that's probably not the path for me. And Ewan Let's Brock says, the funny thing I found is I had no drive whatsoever before having kids, and yet all the time in the world now it's the opposite. That's the thing, isn't it? And you can't go back, you can't change things. Your situation is your situation. You know, I just think that's the universe's way of keeping you on your toes, isn't it? It really is. But yeah, I love what you do, mate. I really do. It's really exciting. It's really fun. That's what I love about your streams. They're really, really fun. Craig Adora Taxes. I've just started a new project. Lots of glass / reflective / caustic stuff. Oof. Testing your GPU then, mate. Pushing it. Also, my garden is looking beautiful at the minute. Yes. Rad Dad Life. Adora Attack. Craig in the chat. He's also a dad and a freelancer and a passion project pursuer as well. So he knows it well. And you're good, Craig. You're good at getting up early and pushing yourself. You've got a good groove, I've noticed. So good for you, man. Good for you. Aaron says that his friend that recommended massive amounts of methamphetamines. What's a methamphetamine? Is that different to amphetamine? I don't know. He was not recommending it either. And yes, Craig, with you on the no bruise, brother. Yes. Nice, Craig. Sober brother. Nice one. Mycelium Madness says, I'm currently making my first portfolio and showreel for my UE application. I've been watching your showreel tutorial a lot. Oh, wicked. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully it helps. I mean, showreels are so tricky to cut. And funnily enough, me and Adora Attack talk about showreels a lot. Because I think whatever point in your career, it's always a bit of anxiety. I'm guessing that you agree. I'm guessing that Yutfun you agree. Like show reels, cutting reels is always tough. It's like talking about yourself. You're never too sure. But I think what I was banging on about in that video is just sort of try and keep it condensed, really, like a show reel. Shabello's here. Hiya, Shabello. How you doing, Sarah? It's nice to see you. So yeah, Shabello agrees. Cutting show reels is really tricky. So at least, Mycelium Madness know that anyone at any stage in their career finds cutting reels hard. So it is just hard, hands down. And that's so when it feels tricky, that's absolutely fine. You are feeling as you should feel. But yeah, I think I definitely try and look at show reels as it. You don't have to show everything. You know, it is just a taster. It is a mood. You want to get someone excited. You want to get someone engaged with what you do, because they can go and watch the individual pieces of work. That's the thing. So you know, it really is a flavour for what you can do, and it totally depends on your style as well. So my show reels are all very quick and I like to have energy in them, but that's kind of, I guess, my style of animation and my kind of the thing that I want to present. But I've seen many beautiful show reels that are so much slower and just, you know, just got a lovely mood to them. But then like Craig, Adora Attack's latest reel, he cut it to like a tech metal track recently, and it's fast and it's intense, but then it's got slow down bits, and so he had that in it there because it represented him. That's the music he loves, and even though it is a bold risk in the sense of you in theory could put people off because, you know, they might like, I don't like rap music, and so it doesn't gel with them, or I don't like metal. But I think, you know, a show reel should really reflect you and the kind of person that you are really ultimately. So, you know, go for it. Do what feels right, but keep it short, keep it punchy. You know, a minute is absolutely fine. I'd say, yeah, don't go over 2. Really, just keep it tight. And an animation director that at Arbon that I love says that what he finds frustrating, if you cut something into your reel, make sure that's an easily findable piece of work online, because he said that he saw so many lovely shots in some show reels he could never actually find the full thing related to it. So if you got it in your reel, then, you know, make sure that it's an easily accessible piece of work. Sorry, catch him on the chat was going weird then. Ah, yes, and Shabello's also cutting her own showreel music. Nice. Yeah, that's the best part, isn't it? That's the fun. Katie Price Design says, relate to the portfolio struggles, currently revamping mine. Yeah, honestly, it just takes so long, and you just agonize over everything. But I think just put your best foot forward, and, you know, whatever represents you, just pop it in there. Just pop it in there. Mycelium Madness says, phew, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't have much material to put in the reel. I'm quite a chill person, but I don't want it to be boring. Yeah, so that's a tricky one as well. That is tricky. You kind of want to engage people with it. And if you've not got much work because you're at a certain point in your career, that's fine to keep it short, because you're not tricking anyone. You know, if you just stuff your work and make it 4 minutes long and they go, oh wow, you've done so much work, and then obviously it's going to quite quickly come out in conversations, especially if it's for an interview or you're being hired. They will know how much sort of experience you have behind you. So it's okay. It's okay to have a minimal, short, quiet portfolio at that point in your career. Absolutely fine. And again, if you're starting your career again and you're going in a new path, I think that's fine too, because you can't force the work to be there. You know, again, that goes back to sort of sort of, if you can have passion project time to bolster your reel. But, you know, Shabello says it here, 30-second reels are acceptable. Yeah, they really are. Shorter the better, honestly, though not too short. Yeah, I mean, I think 30 seconds is probably a minimum. But even that still gives, it will give a sense for if you're going for an interview or you're looking to be hired for a job. So yeah, I think just put what's strong, put what best reflects you, and put basically, you know, if that's the kind of work you want to be hired for again, then pop it in there. There's always exceptions to the rules, of course, because sometimes there's clients you may not want to work for again, but you pop in there. So there's the rules are meant to be broken. Panda Photography is here as well. Hello, how you doing? Oh, Adora Attack, Craig's got to go. Have to go, but just wanted to say hello. You're looking as beautiful as ever. Mwah! Thank you, brother. You're a star face. You're a star. Nice to see you. Craig says, if I have to see one more show reel with a house beat. Is that what drove you to have a metal soundtrack? Shabello says, I think my issue with my reel is my style is all over the place. I dabble in a lot of different things, and making it coherent is challenging. Yeah, and I'm the same as well. I think my stuff is a bit all over the shop, but I guess I've just leaned into it and kind of tried to make it eclectic. But yeah, I'm with you that someone might see my reel and go, what do you do? But that's okay. You know, you can't exist in a vacuum. You know, if they found your work or whatever, they'll be able to gauge what kind of thing you do. I think they'll be able to gauge, you know, the kind of, you know, through a picture on, you know, they'll sort of create a picture of you via social media or via your website, or however they found you. It's not completely sort of solo in a vacuum. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay to be eclectic, and that shows that, you know. And some points in your life, maybe it won't be. Actually, you might get a string of work that is all in a particular style, and so your reel for that year then becomes quite similar, and then you might change. So I think it's okay. I think it changes all the time. Mycelium Madness says, I love dabbling, puppet making, wood carving, graphic design, and everything else in between. Okay, so that's the thing. So then your reel really probably should reflect the kind of work that is your bread and butter, or you would like to be your bread and butter. And I had this with when I sort of transitioned from being a designer to a director. I sort of have a design reel that I just use just for fun, really, that is a lot of just still graphic designs. And then I have a director reel of work I've sort of directed, designed and animated. So I sort of do separate it and really think, well, what would I like to be hired for, but also what realistically is going to bring in the money, because the other things I could have as passion projects and I can have as hobbies, but the show reel needs to be like a hireable asset. It needs to be something that says, look, I can do this for you and pay me. The other stuff that you're excited about and is your hobbies and that are your passions, I think you can bring in later, or later in the conversation, and they can be a part of your process. But I think a reel has to be clear, relatively clear, as to what that person is hiring you for. And it can be a little bit ambiguous, and I've seen some people, especially if you're an animator on stuff, I've seen some people in the bottom of credit show reel sort of say, oh, I animated that, oh, I directed that, oh, I designed that, oh, because sometimes when you see a piece of work, it's built up of lots of different people's work. So that can be something that you do have to address at times as well. Lots going on. Panda Photography, how you doing? I'm good, thank you, man. I'm very good. How the devil are you? We're just having a lovely casual creative chat, talking about show reels and everything, really. Good that Gav says, does anyone else have issues with NDAs? I work with most agencies and everything's locked up in NDA, so very difficult to have any work I can legally use in a reel, so I don't have one yet. Yes, that is a big reel. Do you have any power to sort of say in the contract, can we show it after X amount? Or is it locked up in, it's not you that are responsible for creating that NDA, so you can't put in that terms, for example, because that's a tricky thing. Yeah, it's really, really tricky. There's a few, but I mean, I think I'm looking at Arbon. I think sort of part of their contract is that you can share things. It takes the client to specifically say we can't share. But so far, I've been able to share most things. But yeah, I can totally appreciate that's really, really tricky. And then the longer it goes on, the hard. Hey, Shabello! Oh, thanks, Mud Doll. You're a dreamboat. Thank you very much. Where were we? Yeah, because good that Gav says, I'd say over 95% of my work as an NDA. Oh, mate, that's tough. Yeah, that's really, really tough. I guess that's where passion project work comes into. If you can't build a reel out of what you have done in the day, then try and do it in your own time. But easier said than done, isn't it? Easier said than done. That goes back to time and space and, headspace and all of that stuff. NDAs are a bitch, says thatwasrad.com. I found a lot of clients in my field UX get that though. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can totally understand that. Shibello, I couldn't share the Twitch emotes I did for a while. Really? What, that one? That's crazy. Were they for Twitch? So they actually for Twitch as the client? Oh. Aaron says, the first 2 years of my career I had nothing to show. Most of it was locked for 5+ years. Yeah, so this is a massive thing that actually kind of doesn't get spoken about a lot, and unfortunately we as creatives don't have a great deal of leverage, because unless you're writing the contract or you're writing that NDA, that's going to come from a legal team somewhere. You don't have a lot of leverage to say, no, I want to push back on that and I want to put it in my portfolio. Or sometimes I guess you can go to the client and just request if you could put it specifically in different places, but again, that means that you have to have a relationship with the client, which not every creative does. Sometimes you are connected with them, sometimes you're not. So yeah, that's really tough. Shabello says, also getting into personal work allows you to show the work you want to be doing. Yeah, totally. That's the reason. That's the only way that I could become a director was I made films in my own time and learnt and grew and did more and more until I brought it into my day job. I talk about this all the time. But, I'm such an advocate for that. And I guess that then is why I feel so weird not doing personal work at the minute, because it's been such a big part of my life. for 20 years. It feels strange not doing it at the minute. I mean, it's only been about 2 weeks, so I think I'm just getting withdrawal symptoms. Look at the time! Time for a little silly musical interlude, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, okay. No, before I jump to a musical interlude, Shabella has a question. Here's a question: what's the oldest piece of work in your reels? How far back dare you go? How far back do you get? How far back dare you go? So the film that I showed at the top of the stream, this Maya Angelou film, was from 2018, and I include that in parts. So my reel, I basically construct the bulk of it is longer shots of sort of recent projects within a year or 2 years, and then sort of as my reel build with some quick cut stuff. I'll throw in all sorts of work there, and actually some of the so for just a shot, I'll go as far back as I want. So I sort of present the longer clips as, hey, here's a work I've done recently. Would you like to hire me? And then it's peppered with literally, half a second shot of just a shot that I love. And, I think maybe one film goes back to 2011, Bike's Mine, the bike film that I made with friends. So I use it like that. So on average, a couple of years, but then I cherry pick the nice looking stuff, especially if it's like a, really quick cut thing. Anyways, music interlude. You're right. You are right.
Why should it be hard? 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 Why should it be hard?
Why should it be hard?
Why should it be hard? Hard. Why should it be hard? 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 Why should it be hard?
Hey, thanks everyone. Oh, I bloody love the OPZ. Always good fun. Always good fun. Oh, thanks for the emojis. It's dope when you have a little flood of emojis. I like that. Hey, Rue Clark is here. Better late than never. Better late than never. And do you know what we're going to go back to? Thanks to the wonderful Shabello, we're going to jump into what I think is just the most staggering video game I've ever played in ages. Oh, thank you, Shabello. So when we were on the last stream, was asking about different types of video games, and I was sort of just showing some of my favourite silly, wonderful, just funny video games, basically. Donut County, Guilty Gear X because it's beautiful, What the Golf, just looking at stuff. And Shabello was saying, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Go and look at Sayonara Wild Hearts. Go and look at Sayonara Wild Hearts. I was like, yeah, Shabello, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. And she was saying, no. I think the sentence you said, which was best, is like, I know you will love it. And I know exactly what she means now playing it. Oh my days. It's just beautiful. So it's a sort of how's best to describe it? What did you say, Shabello? It's like a lesbian fighter rhythm game music video. Are you going to give some gameplay now? Hell yeah, I'm going to give you some gameplay. I love it. Pop album rhythm game. Yeah, there you go. Pop album. And the music is sublime. Everything is vector graphics. It's really intense. Oh, honestly, if I could make a video game in my brain, it would be this game. And I don't really understand what I'm doing.
Not long ago, in a town much like yours, there was a young woman who was very happy. Until one day her heart broke so violently that her sorrow echoed through space and time.
I mean, look at that typography. It's gorgeous. Yeah, great font.
So our saga begins tonight. Yet eons ago, just here, yet light years away.
I can't tell you how much I love this. I'm going to dip that a second. I love it. The typography, the colours, the animation. Oh, honestly, it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I genuinely, after the stream last week, Shabello told me about this. And I genuinely had an emotional experience playing it. I played it on the sofa with Sylvia in my arm. She was asleep. And I had my headphones on. And I don't know, you know, when something really connects with you, like aesthetically, it's everything I absolutely adore. The music was gorgeous, and honestly, I don't know why. It's not a particularly emotional game. I mean, it is, but the music is, but like it doesn't intentionally. It's not intentionally manipulating you, right? It's just so gorgeous. I think I was just so like overcome with emotion that this game exists. That people have made this, and this is something that we can experience. I just love it. I want to start from the beginning again. I think you're totally right, Shabello, because it's gorgeous. Oh no, hang on, no, come back. No. We've done that. Start game. I can just start from the beginning, can't I? Yeah, just start from the beginning level. I'm only about halfway through, and I intentionally stopped it. I intentionally stopped it because I wanted to experience it with everyone else. So let's go. Right, I'm going to bump the audio a bit. So I ain't going to speak much, just witness. I'm terrible at this game, but I don't care because everything is wonderful. Just witness. Witness.
Long ago, a harmonious universe existed beyond ours. and 3 divine arcana watched over it.
Vector,
But one
gorgeousness.
night, a cursed arcana intersected the astral highways, and along with her star-crossed allies, they stole all harmony and hid it in their vile hearts. Before the divine trio started to fade, they created a heroine from the shards of a broken heart and hoped that she would one day be strong enough to save their world.
It's so beautifully designed. The camera work in this. It's so seamless. Here we go. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I love it. Look at it. Look how smooth it is. Look at it. Oh. The camera work is so fluid. It's so good. Oh, I was looking at the chat. Yo. Oh. No. It's like I don't care if I get it wrong. It doesn't matter. Oh. Look at it, the colours, the animation, everything.
Silver rank.
Look at it, man. How... Just look at it. Oh my days. It's just I don't know who it's made by. I don't know who. I don't know anything about the game actually. I purposely haven't looked into it yet because I don't want to kind of ruin the end or anything like that. I mean, it's really quick. It's a really quick game. Yeah, the soundtrack is just, and all the tracks are different. So Shibello, am I right in saying this whole thing is an album? So all of the soundtracks are different. So let's do the second one, shall we? It just gets better and better as well. It's so fluid. I cannot get over just the fluidity of the camera work. It's so seamless for a small indie game. Really understand what's going on, but I love it. You don't need to understand. Just look at it. Oh, damn it, no.
Silver rank.
It's also got me looking into tarot. Is it tarot? It is tarot, as I say, isn't it? The design is just lush. I mean, just all of these different levels. Oh, did you say begin again? Is this the one that you wanted me to play, Shibello? Oh, is this with the 3? Taro. Depends where you're from, innit? Taro. Okay, begin again. This one, yeah? You want this one? Okay, this is for Shabello. Please, everyone, go and buy this game. I think it's on Steam. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, it's on PC, PS4, Steam phones, everything. Oh, is this? Oh, I didn't look. Oh, this one! Yes, this is gorgeous. This track is amazing as well. Oh. Oops. I also love, if you die, it just does it in time. I'll let it die. I'm trying to listen to the music. Oh. Oops. See, I'm just sometimes like this. I just look. I just look at everything going on. Whoa. See, I don't think those beats are in time. Maybe I need to get into it more. Yeah, this is so good. Everything's pink with Vector. What a gamer. That's what I am now, Ewan. Playing very badly. Look at it. Oh. I'm just staggered how fluid and quick it is. Oh. Nick says this is wild. Yeah, man. It's pretty bonkers. It's beautiful. Whoa. Oh, yes. But half the time I'm not really looking. I'm just enjoying it. It's so well timed with the music. I'd love to know how they plan the levels for this. Oops. This is so wild. just got this massive grin on my face all the time. Yeah, a bronze? What? After all of that, bronze? How amazing is that though? You crash a lot. Because I'm not really paying attention, I'm just looking at how beautiful it all is. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, everyone go and buy Sayonara Wild Hearts. It is wonderful. It's just beautiful. They seem endless, says Rue. Yeah, how do they make the levels? I know. I don't know. I bloody love a behind the scenes. I love a behind the scenes of how they made that. I want to know everything. I want to know everything about them because it's just absolutely wonderful. Can it even fit in an Unreal 3D room? I know. Plastic and Plush. Hello, Brian. How you doing? This reminds me of the Tetris-like game Lumines. Excellent soundtrack and crazy colour scheme. I think I remember that. Does sound familiar. Yeah. So yeah, man. Time to get off and do some work, isn't it? Thanks for everyone tuning in. Big shout out to Shabello for suggesting Sayonara Wild Hearts. It is absolutely beautiful. Maybe we should do more of that. Maybe you guys recommend me a game and I'll actually play a game through. I'm terrible at games though. Shabello says, when you streaming the game? Yeah, that's a good point. I know, this is the thing. I just don't have time in the minute. Thursday lunchtimes is my only time. I should just actually do a proper stream and play it properly. One day. Hades, yes, Rue, that is on my list. It's on my wish list. I will get Hades. It looks beautiful. So I'll definitely be doing that. So I quite like to do that. I quite like to just sort of just pick aesthetic games as well, though. Really, just so we can all just geek out on the visuals of it. Really, more so not a game stream in that traditional sense because I am rubbish. But just isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this medium wonderful? We should do that. Right, you lovely lot. Have a lovely weekend. Hopefully I'll be streaming again next Thursday, fingers crossed. Do come and join us on the Discord, the Happy Place Discord. Have a lush, everything, and see you all soon. Thanks everyone. Tatty bye-byes. Cheers.